No matter how you may feel about a certain player, a team, a city, watching a player, a superstar, or whoever it is, lose their career to injuries is always sad to see. And that is what is happening to Joel Embiid right now. Joel Embiid was recently shut down for the rest of the 2025 NBA season by the 76ers due to a lingering knee injury that's been plaguing him for the entire season and honestly his entire career. I'm surprised he didn't get shut down sooner. The constant on and off injuries has been a theme for Joel Embiid's entire career. A season that was already over for the 76ers just got worse. And one of the most unlucky careers that we have seen as of recent just can't catch a break. About 452 games played and well over 400 games missed. Let's wind the clocks back a bit. Embiid started off the season automatically saying that he wouldn't play in any back-to-backs. And that automatically ruled him out of any NBA awards just because of how many games he would miss because of that rule. And in deciding not to play in any back-to-backs while also dealing with knee injuries, we'll only see Joel Embiid play in 19 total games this season. And in these 19 games, he would post career lows in field goals, three-point percentage, and blocks, posting 24 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, while shooting 44% from the field, 30% from 3, 88% from the free throw, which are underwhelming numbers for a guy who is just a few years removed from his MVP season. And watching Embiid, he's just not as physical, he's not as aggressive as we know him to be, he's not shooting, he's not as confident on the floor, and it's just very disappointing to watch. And in such a terrible season for the Sixers, they only have 21 wins as the time I'm recording this, which are just 3 more wins than their counterpart Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL, by the way. So 21 wins and at the bottom of the East when you were expecting to be in contention for a title this season is just terrible to see. A season of contention completely lost to injuries. Embiid is out. PG has been in and out all year. And both of those guys had to take injections in their knees just to even get on the court in the first place. Rookie Jared McCain went down early in the season too. The trio of Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, Paul George could never really mesh and get on the court together. And to make matters worse, for such a terrible year for the Philadelphia 76ers, they don't even own their first round pick. So it's not even a guarantee that they'll have their pick by the time the NBA draft rolls around. So with all this laid out in front of us, where does Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers go from here? Do the Sixers move on from Embiid? Should Philly consider a trade? And if so, what would a trade package even look like? Because with the current standing of Joel Embiid's contract on top of his inability to stay healthy, that's not going to get you much of a return as far as moving him to another team. Is the process over for Joel Embiid and the 76ers? Embiid is without a doubt a Hall of Fame player who will be in the Hall of Fame one day. But I think it's safe to say that we're never going to see the MVP Embiid that we've saw in the past. That guy is gone. He's never coming back. The true question is, going forward, can Joel Embiid at least continue to play at an all-NBA level? And does Embiid's level of play guarantee a deep playoff run? First things first, before I go on, I think that Joel Embiid needs to lose weight. He needs to lose some weight. He's 7 feet. He's 7 feet, close to, if not well over 300 pounds. He needs to lose weight to be able to move up and down the court and also to help prevent him from getting hurt again. We've also said these similar things with Zion Williamson. And as of right now, Zion has also gotten lighter too, so maybe it can help Embiid. But with Embiid, can he play at an all NBA level and does that guarantee a deep playoff run going forward? They still have not made it past the second round of the NBA playoffs. Even with MVP Embiid, they never made it past the second round. Even with the 76ers being first in the East, they still didn't make it past the second round. Not to mention, Embiid has had plenty of solid teams around him, plenty of different co-stars, whether it's Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, Tyrese Maxey, and now Paul George. I just don't see how the process works here. But regarding whether or not they want to keep or move on from Embiid, he did sign a 3-year, $193 million extension before the season started too. But Joel Embiid's contract, on top of all the other issues that he has, makes things very hard in terms of if the Sixers should trade him. Next year in the 2026 season, at age 31, Joel Embiid is going to be making $55 million. Then that jumps up to $59 million at age 32 in the 2027 season. Then in 2028 and 2029, it'll be $64 and $69 million. at 33 and 34 years old for injury-riddled Joel Embiid? And are you really going to bank on his health and his ability to stay on the court to improve drastically as he gets older? For a guy at his size who came into the league injury-riddled, I just don't see how this holds up. Embiid should honestly seriously consider retirement. But I can also see Embiid seeing those dollar bills and still trying to find a way to stay on the court or stay in the league. Not to mention how Paul George's contract also isn't doing the Sixers any favors either, given that he's on a $200 million contract of himself and he can't even stay on the court either. It wouldn't surprise me if the Sixers just decide to blow everything up and even move on from their head coach Nick Nurse too, and decide to just build with Jared McCain, Tyrese Maxey, and whoever they draft in the future as well. They made a ton of moves to contend over the years, they had an MVP player, and it just didn't work out. What do you think though? Should Joel Embiid consider retirement? Comment what you think Joel Embiid or the Philadelphia 76ers should do in this situation. Comment if you think Embiid should just retire. And subscribe for more NBA content like this.